Every ride starts the same. Just me, my mules, and the open country ahead, and a few hound dogs. But the destination is never the whole story. Out here, it's the journey that matters. The miles we cover, the tracks we find, the silence of the desert broken only by the hoofbeats and the wind. It's a life most folks can't imagine, but for me, it's the only way to live. I gotta get out. Today, we're heading out to a place I've been to a few times before. It's an oasis in the desert, a place that holds water. Around here, we call them tanakas. It's a bowl in the rocks that holds water, and this is a big one. I've never been here before when it didn't have water in it. I'm going to hang a couple game cameras, so later on we can come back and see what moves around out here in the desert. And of course, I'm going to take my hound dogs. You never know what kind of track we might hit.
I got a new head stall coming. Onward and upward. Here we go. My name's Brett. I run the Born 100 Years Too Late YouTube channel. I ride around with a bunch of hounds and on my good mule, Bonnie. I came up here to a place I haven't been in a long, long time. But there's what we call a tanaka. I want to go up there and I want to put a game camera. She got to poop. She can't walk and poop at the same time. Look at this old building right here. Ain't that something? And then this, what is this? It's not a well. I don't have any idea. If you guys have any ideas, put them in the comments down below. There's the only female dog I got right there, Clara. Clara! But like I said before, she identifies as a boy. Her pronouns are he, him. So, I don't have any problems with that. I just let her go with all the boy dogs. This country has seen some better days. Tell you what, it is dry, dry, dry. We had a rain here about 4 days ago. And it rained real hard all day long, but it's a little late in the year to do any good. Just want to see if there's any game up in this country. It's all wilderness, except they have these designated roads that you can drive down, but you can't, supposedly you're not supposed to drive off the roads. And then once we turn up here, this road just goes down here and kind of dies. And then we'll turn and go up this big old nice canyon. It's beautiful. Gosh, dang, they're fresh. Driving me crazy. Somebody came down this canyon. I seen the tracks earlier going up. And I just seen them coming back down. Looked to be about 3 days old to me. You can tell by the way the toe mark pulls the dirt up in the back. So if you're going that way, that toe goes down, pulls the dirt back, means they're going that way. To me, that tread looks like a Border Patrol agent. I've seen those before. We're not too far from Mexico here, so Border Patrol is pretty prevalent. They got cameras out too. I wonder with Trump becoming president, if they're going to increase the Border Patrol presence. If they're going to get more funding, more agents. I think, or maybe they won't have to worry about it if they get that wall built. They got a lot of it built, but there's big gaps in it, big gaps. I've worked with lots of Mexicans and when I say Mexicans, I mean Mexicans from Mexico. And the majority of them are real good people. Real kind of country folks, you know, at least the ones I worked with. But dadgummit, they need to get here legally. Maybe it's just a pain. I don't know. That's something drawn on those rocks right there. Gotta tie this mule up and I gotta climb in there and check. I had a pretty well-known outfitter give me a hard time about how long my lead rope was. He said, man, I'd get in too much trouble if I had that much rope. But I tell you what, when you're looking for a place to tie up and like the branches come way out like this, it's nice to have all that rope because you can reach in and tie them back in there. And having long rope makes it easier. Now let's go see what's in this little overhang. It's almost like a cave. I've rode up through here a bajillion times before in the past, and I don't think I ever got off and looked in that thing. Not that I can remember anyway, but that don't mean much. It's just bird poop. Oh well, I had to look. I think we ride up and over and around, and then we'll get to that big Tanaka. Wonder why he put a lock on it. I mean, you can still open it on that side. You just have to take the wires apart. I don't know why he would lock it. Doesn't make sense to me. Guess they were fixing fence, building fence. Hey, there's no new fences, but they're probably fixing that old fence. That's a bunch of stays that they cut, and then somebody hauled those T-posts in here. That big Tanaka, I think, is right up here around the corner. I hope. I got to get up on top to go across. This box is in here too. How come I don't remember any of this? Come on. Don't believe we can get up through there. We got to go around again. There it is. Ha ha. That's a cool spot right there. I'll tie her up to that tree right over there. Find a good place to hang this camera. There's almost like a little old cow trail that goes down through here. Game trail, and then you can see there's some other trails on the other side. So I bet a lot of game uses this little place. Wait until I show you this Tanaka down here. I've never been to it when it was dry. I might put a camera right here. It just looks good. And then see. And then probably put another one right up there.
Well, since I brought two cameras, I figured I better put the other one up on top where the actual water was. I thought there'd be water down in that bottom. But I looked over the edge here and there was two big pools still of water down in the bottom, or Tanakas. The bottom camera I set on video, and this top camera takes really good pictures. So I figured I'd set this one up here, tie it to this wire where it was pointed down, where anything that came into the water would come out through that little chute, and I'd get a picture of it. One thing about it, out here in this desert, and this is the Chihuahuan Desert, water is scarce. So any place that you find that has water that stays most of the year is an attractant. And if you put cameras up on it, surely you'll get a picture of just about everything that's in the country. Over a period of time, that is.
Gotta have me some coffee. It's a long ride back. Didn't forget this time. I've only forgot once. Haven't got my packaging yet, but soon I'm going to have my own brand of coffee. Born 100 years too late coffee. I like my coffee. Promise, it won't come in a pill bottle. Woo! Ha ha ha! That'll put hair on your elbows. You know, how many of you guys watched the Tyson Paul fight? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I watched it. I was in Texas. I went to see my daughter and son-in-law and my 5 grandkids. You know, after the fight, they kept talking about how Tyson, oh, he's 58 years old. His legs have given out. His legs are giving out. I don't hardly believe that. I think he's not as tough as he once was. But I think they had an agreement. He never did throw an uppercut. And that bite in that glove, I think that was to keep him from knocking that guy out. I mean, I don't have anything against that Paul guy. I mean, he's a promoter and a money maker. That's all he was in it for. He's not a real boxer. But then all the major media and everything, they're going with that same scenario. That Tyson's legs, he just doesn't have any legs anymore. He's too old. He's 58. I'm 63 years old. I mean, I think my legs would have held out better than that. And I'm not near the shape Tyson was in. And I mean, did you see his training videos when he was punching the bag and sparring with that guy with the mitts on? I don't care. If he's 58 years old, he's still a tough sucker. And he was pulling punches. He never did throw an uppercut. And I think they had an agreement of some sort. He made $20 million. I don't think 58 years old, unless he was still sick. You know, they said he got sick earlier. And that could have had something to do with it, I guess. But I think that bite in the glove, you know, they said, Bean, get out of the way. They say that biting is like a fixation he has. But I think he was biting that glove to keep from the frustration of not being able to really whack on that guy. What do you think, Al? I'm 63 years old. I think my legs are in better shape than that, and I don't even fight. And there's no way I'd get in the ring with Tyson. Anyway, this is a pretty remote place. It's a good place. I got 2 cameras up. What do you think? We should give it a month, maybe 2 months? Come back and check them. I hope I don't get my cameras stolen. I always worry about that, but like I've said before, it's just kind of the chance you got to take. Kind of got a late start. I brought my headlamp. This is that Olight headlamp. It's a goodie. And they sponsor me. So if you guys need a headlamp or a flashlight or anything, go to Olight. Also, OnX Maps. I'll get out my phone and I'll mark this place on my OnX Maps. And not that I'll have a hard time getting back to it because I know where this is at. But it'll be neat to look at it, you know, bird's eye view from above. They've got a satellite feature on OnX that works really cool. It's almost as good as Google Earth. It's not quite as clear as Google Earth, but it's pretty good. Oh, man. Peaceful solitude. I was hunting with an outfitter one time. We were up on the side of the mountain. We had some hound dogs down below and they were trailing. We were just sitting there waiting to see which way they'd go and what they were going to do. And this has been a few years ago. And I knew he loved coffee. And I asked him, I said, "You want a hot cup of coffee?" He said, "You bring a thermos?" I said, "No." I said, "I can make us a cup of coffee." "You can make a cup of coffee up here?" He said, "You going to build a fire and everything?" I said, No, I just got my little burner here." I said, "I'll just make us a cup of coffee." "Oh, man, that would be great." He said, he was tickled. I should have my coffee brand out, packaged, and available to everybody for by Black Friday. Maybe today's Black Friday. I don't even know when Black Friday is. I don't pay much attention to that stuff. But it'll be available. I'll put links in my future videos. Maybe when this video comes out, if I already have it, then I can put a link. I think also the company that I'm getting it from, I'm not grinding my own beans. I'm getting it from a company. I think they're going to have like a subscription service where you pay so much a month and they'll ship you the coffee every month. You know, if that's something you want, you might try it first, you know, buy a bag, try it, make sure you like it. And then if you do, that subscription service would be great, and it would help me out, you know, and help out the channel. I bet there's not many people get back into this little canyon here. When they're fixing this fence or building fence, I mean, that's about the only time, or gathering cattle if they got some cattle turned out in here. You're a good old boy. No, 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 no. Always save a little bit of water to rinse out your cup. Let's see, I pull up my OnX Maps, put on my old man glasses, add to folder, camera sites. There it is. Ha! Let's get out of here, Rusty. We won't go the same way we came in. We're going to go around this canyon, over, and hit another canyon going out and down. Here we go! Booger! Let's go!